Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nah, at best, you're fourth and fifth. At best. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Monday. 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 It's a fun day, Monday. I didn't want to get out of bed. Nice and comfortable and everything. Then I decided I looked at my phone and I said, well, it's time to get up. Got to start the day. 4:30. Because I had to get up because something else was starting. I better get to the bathroom, or it would start without me. And that ain't no good. Good Monday morning there, Junkyard.
They both were already up.
Huh?
They both were already up.
Okay. Well, there you go. Grab yourself a bag of sugar and sprinkle on it. Now you got sugar. Sugar on that powder. Cute kitty, good morning. That's right. You get yourself a mouthful of that. Yeah. My knee's been really hurting. All I do when I got out of bed to walk. Man, this is gonna kill me. You'll have some for breakfast. There you go. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm not a donut person in the morning. Wash it down with milk. There you go. The little guy, he's excited. Hey, Skeetus first. Yeah. He was excited to spend the night. It is 33 here today, right now. So, let's see. Today, 9 today, 51 Tuesday, 52 Wednesday, 57 Thursday, 57 Friday. Oh, shit. Rain's not coming until next week. It wasn't dead? Oh, that's cool. Did the dog carry it like a baby, or did it, bring it in aggressively? Hmm. Well, the other day, Callie, the cat, she decided she would give her grandma, her mama, Meemaw, whatever, Nana, a gift, and she dropped a mouse off the steps. So, I think she caught it across the street. That's where she goes and she does her hunting across the street. And I don't know why she goes hunting because she gets fed really well out here every day. So she's just keeping her skills honed up in case she becomes homeless again, I guess. Never trust a man. All right. Maybe you got to get better in internet because it shows that I've got good internet. Am I buffering for anybody else? Huh. Damn. Buffered? I'm showing I've got full internet.
Did Nana leave already?
Huh?
Did Nana leave already?
I can't hear you.
Did Nana leave already?
Why would she leave?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Dad doesn't work anymore.
No, she's still sleeping. Um, Trying to see if I have anything else open to shut it down. Okay. Well, thank you. Anyways, let me tell you a possum story. Years ago when I was a garbage man, I was out doing a guy's container route where there's rear load container. And it was a one-man job. You just drove to each container, backed up to it, hooked the cable up, dumped it, and then, dropped it back down, packed away the garbage, and then unhooked it and left. Well, I'm at this restaurant, Manchester Inn, I believe that's what it was called. And I back up to this 8-yard dumpster. And I hook onto it. And I lift it up to dump it. And I'm dumping. Next thing you know, I feel something on my pant leg. I look down. And here's this little baby possum that can't be more than 3 or 4 inches long. And it's crawling up my legs. So I reach down and I grab it. I pick it up. And I find out where it was coming from. There was a hole underneath the dumpster that their mother had dug out or whatever. And that's where she had the baby at. Well, I didn't see the mother, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I didn't put her back in the hole because I figured it'd just climb back out before I put the can down, and I'd kill it anyways. So I got done dumping the can. I'm sitting here holding this possum in one hand, dumping with the other. I get everything done. I take the possum, and I set it next to a tree. And I leave. Hopefully, the mother would come back and find it or whatever. But little possums are cute. Possums are actually good for your environment. They eat all sorts of stuff, man. Ticks, mosquitoes, whatever they can get. Years ago, I was backing up doing a different container out for somebody else down in Ottawa Lake. I backed up to this container and I seen something jump out of the container and I seen a dog chasing it. Well, the dog stopped about halfway down this little barn. I don't know, it wasn't really little. It was probably about 80 feet long or whatever. And it stopped right there and it's just barking away at it. Oh, what the hell's going on over there? And the dog's just sitting there going, barking away at him. So I get over there to see what that dog's barking at. I thought it was a rat, that jumped out of the container. Come to find out it was a baby kitten. So I pick up the kitten. And, the dog's trying to get it. And I pick up the kitten and I put the kitten in my pocket. I mean, that's how small this kitten was. And it's wet. It's got garbage juice all over it. So I go back to the dumpster and I start pulling stuff out of the dumpster by hand because I didn't want to kill a bunch of kittens. And that was the only kitten that was in there. So that little kitten, she rode around with me for about 8 hours in my pocket. I wiped her down, rinsed her off with a bottle of water and stuff, wiped her down, dried her up and stuff, but she still stunk. But she'd crawl around here, around my back and everything, and I'd hold her, put her back in my pocket, button the flap and stick her head out. So, but I did that for about 8 hours. And I brought the kitten home or back to work. I took it in the bathroom, warmed up some water. I rinsed her off there. Yeah, look at Mommy's got you now. Yeah. We called her Muffin. Buffering. Is it still buffering? Damn. Okay. I don't know what to do. It's not showing that I'm losing any internet or anything here. Good morning, Grizz. You should have been here last night, Grizz. Joe was slow too. I know. Teddy Bear was talking bad about you. Couldn't believe, Grizz, how you treated your son in California. Just saying. New Teddy Bear talking bad about you. The shadow band man. Mm-hmm. The shadow band. She got, yeah, Big Steve 270. That's right. She's gonna be a head turner. You're absolutely right. You better make sure you got plenty of, skin lotion and stuff, because them old ladies that are gonna be at the pool turning their head so quick, they're gonna, probably get ruptures and stuff in the skin. So you might want to have to put some, skin lotion on it to soothe it. And the old men that are gonna be there, you're gonna have to fight for there, Ben. I'm telling you. Them old guys with canes, they can be dangerous. They can. 5 cents a pop. There you go. Yeah. Have a good day. Ouch. Kyler, he's not going to pre-K or at what is it, nursery school or whatever today. He's gonna stay here with his nana. His dad asked him yesterday, "Do you want to go to nursery school, or you want to stay with Nana?" "I want to stay with Nana." Well, heck yeah, he wants to stay with Nana. But I guess he likes it nursery school because he's got a bunch of kids to play with and stuff. So. He's playing hooky. That's right. Yeah. Those places ain't cheap. My daughter, she works for one. It's daycare, actually, what it is, but nursery school, whatever you want to call it, day school or daycare. He's 3 years old and he can count, I think, to 17, something like that. He can say his ABCs. He loves it here at Nana's because he gets I had to go to the store yesterday because he was coming. I had to pick up some Hershey chocolate candy bars and some Tootsie Rolls or Tootsie Pop rolls. He loves them suckers with a Tootsie Roll in the center. And he don't like, purple or orange or anything like that. And I happen to find he likes red and brown. So he likes, the chocolate suckers and the red or strawberry or fruit punch or whatever. I found a bag and it had probably 90% were all red and they had a few chocolate ones in there. I think there was one orange one in there. Because of wind or rain there, Junkyard? So I bought 2 bags of Tootsie Pops and 2 packages of Hershey candy or chocolates, the little bitty ones. But he doesn't care because he thinks he's getting a whole candy bar every time he gets one. Houseboat, there you go. Seems to me they'd have had that thing anchored to the ground better, huh? All right, we can start now. There you go. Hands are cold. That's right. Don't mind me. I'm just rubbing my leg. That's right.
Shots, everybody.
Shots, shots, everybody. Shots, shots, everybody. Shots. Good morning, Square Table. It's Two Shot Monday. Fill them up and drink them down. Oh, that hurt. Don't mind me if I cry. That hurt. Got to have a shot. That's right. Anyways, I was standing in front of the stove day before yesterday making goulash. And I turned just right and I felt a crunch in my kneecap. And then it started to hurt. And I think I might have, did some damage, something. Now my kneecap is, it's about twice the size of the other one now. And hurts like hell. I just had, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that, a month and a half ago. I just had a cortisone shot done in it. I had the fluid removed on it. After a couple of days, it felt better. It was getting better. Evidently, the cortisone is wore off. It'll never get better with the cortisone, but it felt better. Probably going to have to go in and get the fluid drained again and wrap bacon on it. There you go. Kathy's got 3 kids now to get up and get ready for school because Naya's here too. She's in the same grade as Harley. No, it won't. I don't. This ain't water. This is fluid because this doesn't look anything like water. When they drained this out, it was actually how can I put it? It had some blood in it, but it was thicker than water because it was like almost like a syrup. You know, that kind of consistency. Oh, I know all about that. You don't know pain, Grizz, until you're driving down the road doing 60 mile an hour and you bounce up out of your seat and you come down and sit down on your testicles. That very well could be bone marrow ooze. Yeah. That's painful. What you do after you do that, you just, do a controlled slowdown and you stop alongside the road, put your head on the steering wheel, and just sit there and cry for about 10 minutes. That is painful. Yeah. Yep. That's where it hurts. Hurts the most. It's the little things in life that hurt. Because you can sit on a mountain, but you can't sit on a pin. That hurt. I gotta get me a cup of coffee and make a pot. I'll be right back. Well, probably won't be right back, but I'll be back. No. I just made a cup of a pot of coffee. No. Are they really Americans? Are they Sudanians that say they're Americans? Why do we have 16,000 Americans in Sudan? I don't understand that. Isn't that been a war-torn country for years? Good morning, Kathy. You're looking lovely as ever today. Good morning, Naya. You're looking lovely as ever today. Should have fed cousin. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, it's the only thing that's made in America anymore. Babies. 16,000. That's right. That's the only thing made in America anymore is babies. That's right. Babies and meth. Want to shut that door? Okay. Yeah, a lot of them are. Vitamix, yeah. He must be a minority there, huh? Want to shut that door for me? Thank you. Pale face. Yeah, what are you talking about, pale face? Yeah, no thanks, Chris. Well, you heard about the three guys standing, or four guys standing, no, three guys, excuse me, sitting next to a fire, didn't you? A cowboy, an Indian, and a politician. They're all sitting next to the fire, you know, and they're just watching the fire, and all of a sudden the Indian speaks up and says, "We were once many, but now we are few." That politician looks right at him, starts laughing. He said, "We were once few, but now we're many." The Cowboy tips his hat up and says, that's because we haven't played cowboys and politicians yet. Yes, he did. Well, didn't they? Aren't they evacuating all the Sudan or all the Americans out of Sudan? You're right. They do, Big Fish. You know, we got to put some money in their pockets. According to Joe, them Ukrainians, they need money in their pockets. Huh. Well, I thought Americans needed money in their pockets too, but it's okay. We'll just take it out of our pocket and give it to them. Yeah, it's going to be another Afghanistan. That was a hell of an ordeal there. How many years was Russia in Afghanistan? And then we were in Afghanistan? Yeah. Huh. You're right. Passport Bros? Yeah. I'm sure they'll find more than love. Something they can't get rid of. Mister, take my sister. She's clean. She just had a shower today. Mail order right on the. Yeah. I know two guys that fell for that bullshit. Both of them had the same story. That's right. Herpes, 10 goats, and a bunch of young relatives. Yeah. We need to bring my mother, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, nieces, and cousins. No. What they got was screwed. They get into a relationship, okay, with the woman. Supposedly. They don't even know if it's a woman or not. A lot of them don't even get, they get pictures, but they don't get video, okay. If they get video, they're lucky. If they're not, if they don't get video, they just get pictures. And if you're just getting pictures, you know damn well you're not getting nothing or video. But anyways, they start a relationship. Okay, and they do this for a couple of months. And then I'd like to come to America to see you, but I can't afford it. I'd love to come to America. Well, then the guy will say, well, I can come to, Taiwan or whatever, wherever you're from. No, 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 no. Our customs are different here. You wouldn't like it here. I'd come to see you. Well, then that's where it starts. They start sending money for, plane tickets and passport fees and stuff like that. Well, right before they get there, they all get thrown into what's it called? They get impounded because their passports isn't right or something. So you need another $500-600 to do the paperwork and get it processed, and to pay for them to sit there while they're, for the 2 or 3 days it's going to take to get it done. That's right. And both of these idiots paid it. And guess who never showed up at the airport? Yeah, they're in quarantine, whatever. They're not really in quarantine. They're just telling you, your passport isn't right, so you can't leave the country until this happens. What they say is that, if they're coming from Thailand or something, they had to stop at another country, and now their passport, they had to get a layover, and their passport wasn't good for that country, so, they had to have a new passport or whatever. I don't know how this shit works, but what they do is they do the runaround. And then you send more money to them. Western Union. So they can get on the plane and get going. And they tell you what flight they're going to be on and everything else. They never make it. Now, if you were smart, you would call the airline and say, hey, there's so-and-so, get on the plane. I don't know if they'll answer that or not, but if they do, you'll know if that person got on the plane or not. But I knew 2 people that done that, a guy I worked with and a guy I bought a 55 Ford from. And the reason why I bought the 55 Ford is because he needed money to get his girlfriend out of impound or whatever you want to call it. And that's where he come to see me to buy that car. I looked at it. He didn't want to sell it. So I know there's plenty of women here. He didn't want to sell it. About 3 weeks later, there's a knock on my front door, and it's him. Hey, man, you want to buy that? Now, it went from, he was asking like $2,000 for it at one time. And we couldn't agree on that price, so he didn't want to sell it to me. But when it was all said and done, I bought it for $600. That's what he needed to get his girlfriend out of hock. I give him the money. He gave me the title. I went over and picked up the car. And I had a few guys come over because the engine transmission was out of it. So I had a few guys come over and help pick up the engine transmission and put it in the car or in the back of my van. And Ling Ling never showed up. That's right. So, yeah. I got the car and he didn't get the girl. I know how that is, Square Table. I do. Every time I do a live stream, I hear it from Kathy. Oh, I love you so much. Yes, I do. I love you so much. You're my hero. Yeah. I know I'm so hot. Yeah. I got that good looking hair and stuff, you know. And French girls, that's right. Nice mullet, yeah. That ain't a mullet. I just got things pushed back. So I'm tired of the wings I got. I gotta get this haircut. I love you long time. Oh, baby. Made me so horny, baby. Yeah. That's right. No problem. That's right. You made me so horny, baby.
Junior left.
Huh?
Junior left.
Yeah. About 30 minutes ago. You pay that now. Me rub you wrong time.
She can't have.
Huh?
She can't have fruit snack for snack
Yeah.
because of her extensions on her teeth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me so honey. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Chiquita. Yeah. I love that movie.
what? No.
Full Metal Jacket. I like Emery on there. Gunny?
Yeah. What's that for? Cute. You had breakfast at school, you only have one before you get the other bus.
Oh man, I'm tired. I I I got probably 3 hours of good sleep, and then the rest of it wasn't so good. I take my muscle relaxer, and then I will sit there and I'll close my eyes, and about 20 minutes I'm asleep, but it only lasts for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm in pain again, so it wakes me back up. I suppose if I took my muscle relaxers with a couple of shots of whiskey, it'd probably work a lot better.
Get out of here with that.
What?
3 hours. What was you doing all that time, all day yesterday?
I was watching TV. I didn't take a nap.
You weren't out here.
I was watching TV. I was watching La Brea. I have to keep the door shut because you guys said it sounds like a theater in here, so I had to shut the door so I can hear it.
I think that's just an excuse so you can sit in there.
No,
Not do nothing. Yeah.
not do nothing. That's all I do is work. Work, 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 work. Don't tell me I don't, woman.
Good day, bad day.
Good day, bad day. What do you want?
Try it.
Let me get them limbered up.
After you just got done crying about your house.
That's okay. Let me shine them up like an apple. Okay. She's shaking her head. Oh, he's got biscuits here already. Oh.
Well, you're in a shit list, and he knows.
Why?
Because he wanted to know why you need to go to sleep last night.
Oh, yeah.
And he kept saying, Papa.
Yeah.
I just want to tell him good night, and you wouldn't wake up, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was asleep. I told you
He doesn't care.
I took
You're
my
supposed to respond when he said something.
I took my muscle relaxer before you guys come in there. So
I don't think he cares.
remember when you said, "What are you doing?" After I changed it to Discovery Channel, I forgot to put it on the food. I fell asleep.
I'm like, okay, where's he going with that?
I fell asleep.
Well, then it stopped.
Yeah.
And it said you had to go back to a channel.
Huh.
I asked you 3 times.
I was asleep. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not. It's all about you. I realized that.
Yeah, right.
He said, I just want to tell him good night. I said, well, he doesn't want to respond. So don't waste your time, Kyle.
Yeah.
Now he knows. Who cares?
I know he knows who cares. His papa.
Oh, well.
I told him who went and got him the suckers and the candy. I said, "You're not." I said, "You didn't need it," but I said you did.
What do you think he believes?
Me?
No, I don't think so. Nope.
By the way, good morning, Chaos.
Shit.
So. I haven't seen him either. There you go. That's no way to be. Every morning, you should be up making his coffee, fixing him breakfast before he goes to work, packing him a lunch, you know, telling him how drop dead sexy he is, and you can't wait till he gets back home. That's what you should be doing, Chaos. Do I need Kathy to come over and teach you how to do it right? Yeah, Canadian healthcare rules. You're right. I'm just saying. I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. I come and go. Yeah. Yeah, 40 years too early. Yeah. Boy, George in the Culture Club. Yeah.
You seriously do got issues this morning.
Who does?
Yeah.
Why? What's my issue?
Talking to Sandra like that, please.
You just don't want everybody to know how you treat me like a king. That's right.
You're so funny.
You just don't want people to know that because you got an image to uphold. But when we're not in front of the camera, it's yes, dear, right away, dear. Dear, yes, dear. You know it, dear.
Shut your mouth. You're stupid.
I told you when we're not in front of the camera. Chaos says good morning. That's right, Kathy. Good morning. And hugs.
Morning.
She said good morning.
I had 3 kids to get out the store today.
Yep, 3 of them. Naya, Harley, and Gretchen. And I'm sure the little guy will be up here shortly because he's used to getting up at 5:30.
I didn't think of what I gotta do yet.
But then again, he actually goes to bed around 8 o'clock. But he can go to bed till 11 last night.
I had to end up ignoring him.
So you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
Gosh, you got a heavy coat.
Until she potty trains them. I know, I was scared. Ask Noodles, he'll tell you. Yeah. Well, you know, Chaos. He's just showing you the love and affection that you deserve. When he says good morning.
Yeah.
What's the code on Facebook?
And knock it off. Yeah, a little bit.
Huh. I bet they have been. It's all a ruse. Yeah. I don't think them politicians are screwing with you. I think they really do want to take your guns. Yeah, where's Picker Rick been?
What are you doing? Yeah,
Haven't seen him in a couple weeks.
you're gonna hurry it up. Hurry up, Gretchen. No. Go out. Brush. She's gonna brush your teeth real quick. You're gonna hurry it out. No. Good try though. Wait till last minute. Yeah.
Yeah. And we paid $175 million towards it. Isn't that nice of us? For a Chinese company that the Michigan taxpayers will never own. But we're paying $175 million into it. Plus, we're giving them $530 million worth of tax breaks. Yeah. New jobs, it'd be new jobs for the Chinese that they're bringing over. I was just wondering how long it's going to take before the unions get in on that. The UAW. Because I don't think they're going to allow, shoving them. You want to shut that door, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't think they're going to allow, them batteries to be placed in them union cars. Well, in all actuality, if they try to fire you for saying union, you can sue them. Michigan has this law, it's a right to work law. You have a right to work, union or non-union, but they can't harass you if you want to be in the union. I disagree there, Chris. Unions are great. They are great if they're used for the intended purpose that they were used for. If they're used just to keep a guy that keeps screwing up his job, it's not great. But if a guy goes to work every day and does his job like he's supposed to, and he needs union help, it's a good job, or it's good for him. But if a guy is constantly a screw up, late every day, misses work, screws up parts or whatever, and the union protects him, that's not where it's good. They did not do that to Detroit. What did that to Detroit is a fair trade agreement. Well, they started exporting jobs to countries. GM exported most of their jobs to Mexico because they could pay them $10 a day, which is great money in Mexico, I guess. Ain't nothing here in America, but it's great money in Mexico. But you notice that the price of the vehicle didn't go down either. It didn't. It stayed right up there. So GM was making all sorts of money. Yeah, Jimmy's another thing. Jimmy screwed me. He did it before I was even in the union. Jimmy loaned the mafia, I guess, allegedly. I can neither confirm nor deny, but it come out of the South Central States Pension Fund. And then the government said, hey, you got to pay that South Central States Pension Fund back because we put the money back in there for you. So you have to pay us back. So we did. It was a $5 million loan that allegedly was given out. The government put in $5 million plus the interest that money would have drawn. The union had to pay the government back that $5 million plus the 19% interest compounded daily, or whatever the hell it is that they get now for interest. As far as I know, they're still paying it. And they've been paying it for 40 years. You can say Democrat in here. I'm not talking like a Democrat. I'm just telling you the truth. Unions are good. The bad thing about it is the companies, they know all the loopholes. They get all the tax breaks, so they know what to do with it. Yeah, on a credit card. Yeah, yeah. It probably was, Junkyard. Yeah. I guess this battery place is bringing in thousands of Chinese people. Yeah. You're right. Some unions are good and some unions are dirty rotten. And I mean, like the Teamsters, that's actually a good union. Is just you get some chapters aren't because of the corruption in there. Just like the UAW or the AFL-CIO or, anybody else. Food Workers Union. Any of them. They're all good. It's just some of them, every union has bad parts in it. They're good for everybody. It's just the ones that need the union the most because of their, quality work. That's the ones it's bad for everybody else. When the union sits there and protects somebody that doesn't come to work, is late every day or breaks parts or breaks machines or whatever, that's when it's bad. Now, I got fired from the same job twice. Same job twice. And in both cases, I was found innocent and was ordered to return back to work. If I was late to work, they'd write me up. But the guy next to me, if he was late to work, never did a thing about it. Never said a word to him. And we could prove that by time card records. They subpoenaed the time card records, and there was several employees that were late. Once is fine, twice is okay. 3 times it's not so great. So, and I'm talking like in a 90-day period or something like that. They subpoenaed the time cards and they started looking, and there was people that had been late 15, 20 times and never got wrote up. Never got wrote up. I would be late to work every once in a while, but then again, I had to be to work at 3:00 in the morning. Lots of times I would be late. If I was late to work, it was because somebody called me at 11:00 and saying, "Hey, you got to be to work at 3:00 because I can't go to work tomorrow." Well, at 11:00, I'm still up. I ain't even going to get 4 hours of sleep. Well, they defend the ones that shouldn't be there to begin with. And a lot of times, even though they have to defend them, no ifs, ands, buts about it, they have to do it because that's what they're paid for. But a lot of times they'll tell the guy, hey, we're gonna take this to arbitration, or whatever, but you're gonna lose. So. Well, it'd be fair market value if everybody was unionized. I don't think there's any better workers than union construction workers. No. Union construction workers are damn hard, good workers. Better than the other construction workers. Yeah, there's nothing to negotiate. Yeah. Have you ever been in a union, Grizz? Have you ever been in a union? You have no idea if you've never been in a union. Yeah. They can just give you, your extra perks that you want, but you guys can't strike. I'm serious. I've seen them other construction workers, them ragtag operations. Union construction workers are the best, man. They know what they're doing. They are. I got good pay when I worked for the Teamsters. My contract, I was a swing driver. Yeah, but have you ever been in a union? Just because you worked with it, have you ever been in one? Have you ever paid dues? That's right. There you go. You pay dues to your local, yeah. I paid Teamster dues. But anyways, the last contract I had when I was in the Teamsters, I made, and this is back in 2004, I think the contract come into effect. I made $16.83 an hour base pay. And then I got paid percentage. Whatever I did, if I did something and it paid $30 to do it, and I did it in an hour, or I did it in if I did it in an hour, my base pay was $30 for that hour. Okay. And they took that, and if that was the highest base pay that I had, they would take that $30 and pay me $30 an hour for every hour up to 40, and then $45 an hour after that. The minimum I could make is $16.83 an hour. Right. Who'd you drive for, Big Fish? Hey, pay $40 a month, 2 hours wages, or whatever. You don't know what you're missing there, Grizz. Okay. I did too. That's a union employee right there. You're right. Um, Now, at that 1683, like I said, that was my base pay an hour. And then I get time and a half after 40. But I was top seniority. I was number 3 on the seniority list. So, but I was top seniority as a swing driver. There wasn't another guy that was old, had more seniority than me as a swing driver. So that I would get the pick of what had to be done that day. And normally they put me in a roll-off, and I would do the city of Adrian as a roll-off driver. Well, Dura was only a mile and an eighth, maybe, away from the shop, if that, the landfill. They had 5 30-yard roll-off boxes. And they paid $14 to get for each one. I could do 3 roll-off boxes in an hour and be on my way back with a 4th one in about an hour and 5 minutes. I could do 4 of them. My average base pay was like $46 an hour, somewhere around there, when I would do the city of Adrian. Times that by 40, then your time and a half after 40. You think you're number 3 on the shit list? Yeah. Shadow Band Man, there he is, everybody. He sings it all night long. Shadow Band Man. It's a teddy bear. When I hired in, I was the youngest guy there. I hired in 1987. I was 23 years old when I hired in there. What fair pay is? What do you mean what fair pay is? If you get paid what you are actually worth. A union carpenter or construction worker is worth a lot of money, more than non-union workers. Because they have standards, they have quality, they have a bunch of stuff. Not just some guy with a hammer and a nail, just ding, 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 He's in 4th grade in 1987, yeah. Well, 1987, I started working for the garbage company in January. January 12th, I started working for them. Or January 11th, I'm sorry. Yeah, January 12th, I'm sorry, January 12th, yeah. 1987. Anyways, my hire-in date was January 19th. I was there a week before they actually hired me in, I guess, So, but anyways, when I started there, I was making $8.50 an hour in 1987. Best deal in town, that's right. Well, I see Gilligan's on. That was a good pay for 1987, you're right. $8.50 an hour. That's what I got paid. That was good money back then. $4.25 an hour. I remember making $1.89 an hour to start when I was working as a kid. And then it went up to 229, 225, and then 265 or something like that. Well, it's not our son there, Teddy Bear. That's Gilligan that's on. You know, here's a story. Gilligan! Oh. He had a tear in his large intestine. Did you have anything to do with that there, Teddy Bear? Hmm? You didn't bust the back door open, did you? I'm asking for a friend. No. How many construction jobs have you worked in a union? I used to take roll-off boxes to all these union construction sites. They were always clean. There was always a place to put a roll-off box. You didn't have to wait for anybody. You'd go there, the guy would sit there, put it right here. We got pads for you to set it on and everything. You go to a non-union shop or a non-union construction site, you'd have to wait for them to move a stack of lumber. You know, hey, Brother Bob, go there and unstack it. Move that stuff. Well, that ain't my job. You have to wait for somebody, some hick, to move a bunch of stuff, you know, move cars out of the way because, you know, the only jobs they can get are small ones. Yeah, you had to move all that stuff in order to set a roll-off box. And then the guy complains about, you know, the price of a roll-off box. Yeah. Yeah. You blew that SOB clear out. Yeah. Yeah. The pin's trying to cross way back out. You're right. That's probably what it was. That probably 6 more weeks of winter. That's right. No, I've never actually worked a union construction job, but I see the quality work that they all do. You know, they built a couple of, you know, big prisons around here and stuff. They're all still standing, you know, 30 years ago. Yeah. Unlike that shoddy construction carpenter work that, you know, these non-union people do, you know. And you couldn't be in the union anyways, Chris, because weren't you the owner of your construction company, the boss? Bosses can't be in a union. Yeah. You know, I'm just screwing with you, Grizz. Non-union construction workers are good too. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. If they were good, they'd be working for a unionized construction company. I can just hear Grizz now. Yeah. I don't need this shit at 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, I went to work for the garbage company in 1987. I was the youngest guy. I was only 23 years old. I know he loves a good argument. Shut up, dog. Shut up, dog. Yeah. Anyways, I was 23 years old when I went to work for him. Youngest guy there. They didn't hire anybody else for like 10 years. I was the lowest man on seniority for 10 years. Didn't hire anybody. I was the youngest one there, and everybody else was, a couple of years older than me or whatever, and they just, worked their way up. And in 15 years, I became number 3 on the seniority list. No, no, no. Now the other 2 that were above me, when I was asked to leave the last time, they would still work there, both of them. So, and of course, I went to arbitration. I won my argument and everything, but I didn't want to go back to work there, so I went someplace else. But I was working for the trucking company then. But the other 2 that was above me in seniority, and the guy down below me, none of them worked there anymore. The top seniority guy, they had a Saturday meeting, safety meeting. So they had the safety meeting at 6:30 in the morning. Everybody had to be there. Well, he went out and got shit-faced. And at 6:30 in the morning, they told him, be prepared to work because we might do some stuff afterwards or not. I don't know. But we're having a safety meeting first. Well, at 6:30, he shows up and he's still hammered from the night before. And he's drinking coffee and eating donuts and stuff, and he smells like a brewery. So the boss just says, hey, get in the pickup. They run him down to the industrial medicine. They called the industrial medicine, said we need do an alcohol test. And they did a blood work on him, and he come back drunker than hell. And they fired him. Even though they weren't going to do nothing that day, but just have a safety meeting. And they fired him. The second guy that was in seniority, he started getting headaches real bad, and he had an aneurysm. So they had to, do brain surgery on him. So that pretty much got him out of the truck. And then the fourth guy, he just quit a couple of years ago. He retired from them, or quit, and then he went to work for another garbage company. Didn't like working there. Went to work for another company. Didn't like working there, so he finally retired. I don't know what your case is because Coors Light sucks. So does Bud Light. They probably did. Yeah. The lurkers went to Canada. Miller Lite. Tastes great. That's filling. Tastes great. That's filling. Oh, well, they'll get over it. He's still sleeping?
Yeah.
He's taking full advantage of it, isn't he?
On your story of garbage company and about slave to the computer.
Let me tell you twice.
I don't know if he was telling everybody a bedtime story or what he was doing.
Okay, I said we didn't want them at our lunch table anyways. That's right.
Lunch. Oh, she don't know it?
Yeah.
When's that a bedtime story?
I bet Coors Light is. I bet Coors is unionized.
Who cares? Shut up, Chris.
Shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris.
Get off it. Is he disabled right now?
Huh?
Are you guys disabled?
Yeah.
More than one way.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really think it matters. Union, no union, who cares? Just trying to pick a fight. He's just trying to start. This is monthly.
Yeah.
It's your monthly. You just gotta find something to complain about. Everyday thing. Boys.
Yeah.
The boys like to argue.
Now, why would Oregon be worried about a non-union beer? Oregon is about as liberal as it gets. I mean, they're so liberal, it's pathetic. You can't spin around without slapping a liberal. So why would they care if it was a non-union beer? They wouldn't ship Coors east of the Mississippi. You couldn't buy Coors east of the Mississippi. It's hard to believe Oregons are very strong in unions when they're all liberals. Just look at Portland. Dare we look at Portland? Yeah. One of the biggest cities in Oregon. Let's see. Yeah, 1987. Coors wins. Coors boycott ends and union wins concessions. Yeah. I know. Well, Detroit's the same way now. I mean, well, they've been that way ever since Coleman Young was mayor, 1960s. They've had a Democrat mayor in Detroit for the last 80 years or 70 years, somewhere around there. Coleman Young was a mayor for like 40 years, 40 or 50 years. He ruined that city. I highly doubt if that's going to be a union shop. So. But I can guarantee you one thing, the people building the building are going to be union construction workers. I can guarantee that for a fact. All dressed up. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, she probably realized that was a big mistake and decided not to do that again there, Ben. You know, making you jealous. That's the thing. Yeah, she didn't have to get all dressed up. That's right. There you go. Yeah. You just better hope when you're jackhammering her, you know, she doesn't have a heart attack and die on you. That's what life insurance. Yeah. Yeah, but at her age, she probably don't have life insurance. I've been paying life insurance to the same company for 15 years or whatever. And at the age of 80, my life insurance goes away. After the age of 80, you're no longer insurable. They don't care about all the money they took from you. Yeah. Should I claim this clause in her life insurance? Yeah. If Pop goes to Weasel, when the Weasel goes Pop, you get paid. And it's an exception to the rule. There you go. Yeah. Especially with this Bidenomics going on. Yeah. It'll take you 20 years now to get over this Bidenomics. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. That hell of a deal there. Hell of a deal. How does that come up? Did they say, "Hey, Margaret, is that your grandson?" And she said, "No, that's my man." Is that the way it comes up? Margaret, is that your grandson? They're probably afraid of her. Yeah. Yeah. Sugar mama, there you go. Turkey vulture. That's not my grandson. That's my old man. There you go. Hey, whatever works for you. Yeah. Tony DeNozo on NCIS. Too old to be a cougar, but she's a turkey vulture. Still enjoys the chase, but can't do the hunt or something like that. I can't remember how it goes. Well, that's nice. You're going to come with grandkids already? Nah, that's right. You a hookers union. There you go. I tell you a joke about a union for hookers. This union guy, he goes into Las Vegas, and he knocks on this house of ill repute. He knocks on the door and he says, "Ma'am, I know this is a house of ill repute, but is this a house that's unionized?" And she says, "No, it's not. But across the street, that one is." He said, "Thank you, ma'am." Tips his hat and he walks away. She gets on the phone. She calls next door. And she says, across the street, she says, "Hey, you got a guy coming over there, a big union guy. He wants to know if it's a union house of ill repute. Run with it." So the guy knocks on the door. Madam opens up the door and says, "Can I help you?" He said, "Yes, ma'am. Is this a house of ill repute? Is it unionized?" She said, "It sure is." He said, "I'd like to test your wares." She said, "Come on in." So she's got them all lined up. From young to old, pretty to ugly. That guy's looking. He's looking. He said, "Oh yes, sir. Oh boy. Oh yeah. I want that pretty young blonde right over there." And that madam looks at him and says, "No, you don't. You're going to get that old dumpy one right there because she has seniority." That's right, pimp daddy. No. All right, everybody. I got to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And we will see you Wednesday morning. I'm only going to run till 8 o'clock on Wednesday because I have an inspection. a joke. There you go. Have a blessed day, everybody. Take care.